Today I want to give you my top 5 4-star characters to build, and let me just give you a disclaimer right away. If you are starting out, building a Barbara can be very nice to not depend on food for healing all the time. For exploring, Sayu's mobility is obviously very helpful, and you might think, Lisa, okay, I just freaking out. But this is not what this video is about. I'm just focusing on endgame combat, which characters progress your account and last through the entire endgame content. And to be honest, a lot of these picks are probably not very surprising to you, and with that being said, let's get right into it. Yanfei. Spoiler, the only main DPS on this list. I think 4-star characters are mostly used as supports because of their low base stats compared to 5 stars. I was debating if I put Yanfei or Ningguang here, who I consider pretty equal in terms of strength and slightly above Razor. The main reason I chose this character is because her best synergy is Jingzhou, who is also a 4-star character himself, which makes him just easier accessible than Zhongli, for example, for a Ningguang comp. And obviously, the Witch Sith is also just better on Yanfei. She is fairly easy to build. You can go out of your way to farm the Crimson Witch set, but you can also just settle for Wondrous Troop artifacts. Sucrose. I don't think she is considered bad, but I actually think Sucrose is a little underrated. She's an Anemo character, she can wear the Viridescent set, and she buffs about 200 to 250 elemental mastery to your team, depending on how well she is built. These things make her an amazing support and vaporize or melt teams, and she even deals some nice damage in comps centered around swirling. The big downside is Sucrose is incredibly hard to build. Her best weapon is by far the sacrificial fragments, but the really hard part is her artifacts. You need to farm incredibly specific substats on a 4-piece set, which means you might just never get them. Jingzhou. Let's be honest, this is probably one you could see coming. He is considered an amazing support and I couldn't agree more. He single-handedly is responsible for the heavy pyro main DPS meta in the early stages of this game. No one can enable them as he can, while still dealing a considerable amount of damage himself. He also has a little bit of utility in his kit with damage reduction and healing, and to top it all off, his artifacts are also very nice general purpose sets. The downside is you are kind of reliant on the sacrificial sword, and this might not be fair, but let me just say he won't be this unique for much longer. I'm not gonna get into leaks. Let me just say that patch 2.7 offers a serious alternative to him. Bennett. This might be a surprise. I guess many of you expected him to be first place, and I admit it is super close between these characters, and they are pretty much interchangeable. He is by far the best healer in the game. Huge attack buff, cleanse, high uptime, and laughably easy to build. He works on just some HP, energy recharge, a weapon with high base attack, and while only leveling his burst skill. There really isn't too much to criticize. One thing is, to be reliable you kind of need Constellation 1, and the healer slot has some other decent options which can actually be pretty competitive depending on the comp, like Constellation 4 Goro or Constellation 2 Jean, for example. Zhangling. This character is broken. If you're looking for a pyro sub DPS, it almost feels like this is your only option. Her damage is absolutely disgusting. She is really easy to build. On top of that, the game literally provides you with the perfect 4-star weapon for her, the catch. And she uses the emblem set, same as Jingzhou, a domain that you most likely want to farm anyway. You also get the first copy of this character basically for free for completing Abyss Stage 3, which almost doesn't require any effort. I tried really hard to come up with something to criticize, but unless you are fighting something that is strong against pyro damage, I really can't think of a reason not to use her. Her damage can easily compete with most 5-star characters. Alright, we made it to the end. I hope this was enjoyable. Let me know if you agree, disagree, or if you feel like other characters were more deserving of it. I feel like some characters are very strong in a very niche way, like C6 Asara or Rosaria, for example, which is why they didn't make the cut for me personally. I'm genuinely curious on your opinion of these matters though. Anyway, stay tuned for more videos. Until then, have fun and bye bye.